Hey, good morning, guys. It is now the second day in which we will pick up where we left off. Anyways, now let's go ahead and get into the Arthur releases that I have by Sony Wonder, with the exceptions of Growing Up with Arthur and Arthur's Missing Pal, due to those being released by Our Time and Lionsgate. You only have 10. So, anyways, now those DVDs will have the following PBS Kids idents. The Dash Transformation one, where Dash transforms as a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Only have 6 of those, and I have 3 with the Dot Transformation one, where Dot transforms as a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. And I only have 1 with the fishbowl ident, where Dash looks into a fishbowl, imagines himself as a goldfish, and then gets eaten by Dot the green fish. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive in. Alright. First up, we have a 2002 DVD for Arthur the Good Sport, released on June 11th, 2002, alongside the re-releases for Arthur Goes to the Doctor and Arthur's Best School Days, as well as the DVD for Arthur's Great Summer. And this is also released on VHS in 2002. Front cover design, and in the back. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yes, Sony Wonder is owned by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. It's got The Good Sport with Justin Bradley and guest star Michelle Kwan. Maki Sakazaka also with Justin Bradley, and then Francine Fransky, Olympic rider. And here goes the disc design. And now for Arthur the Good Sport, the PBS Kids ident is the Dot Transformation one, and it's paired with the season 6 funding in the grassy green grid background, by the way, which makes its first appearance on Arthur DVDs, and the sponsors go Lego, Libby's Juicy Juice, and Post Alphabet cereal. Okay, press that right there. Try to move these out of sight. Okay, here's the next one. 2002 DVD for Arthur's Only Rock and Roll with guest star the Backstreet Boys. And this is also released on VHS in 2002. It's got 2 exclusive songs performed by the Backstreet Boys. They are I Want It That Way in the beginning, and then Larger Than Life right toward the end. There's the front cover design, and in the back. And the Backstreet Boys appear courtesy of Jive Zomba Records, which later got absorbed into RCA Records. And Jive Records, Jive and RCA are both, Jive was owned by Sony up until they got dissolved into RCA Records on October 7th, 2011. And here goes the disc design. Okay. Now for Arthur's Only Rock and Roll, after the funding screen, Post Alphabet is the only sponsor, and then it's got the second half of the funding in the light blue sky background, where it just says public television viewers, no Ready to Learn, no U.S. Department of Education, no Corporation for Public Broadcasting, You have the public television viewers only, and the PBS Kids ident is the 2002 Fishbowl one. It also applies to the 2005 re-release of Arthur's Tooth, which I don't have. One moment. Alright, so that's it for 2002 releases. Now it's time for 2003 releases. And sorry guys, I got a hell. Sorry guys, knee cramp. But anyways, here's one of the first ones from 2003. It's a 2003 release of Arthur's Tasty Treats. This also originally released on VHS in 2003. The cover, spine and back. It's got Buster Sweet Success, Dad's Dessert Dilemma. Oh, Buster Sweet Success version 1 with Justin Bradley, Dad's Dessert Dilemma, and How the Cookie Crumbles. And here goes the disc design for Arthur's Tasty Treats. And for Arthur's Tasty Treats, after the funding screen, the sponsors go Chuck E. Cheese's, by the way, first time ever, then Libby's Juicy Juice, and then Post Office Cereal, and then the first appearance of the season 7 through 8 funding from seasons 1 through 4 reruns in the Velveeta cheesy yellow background, and the PBS Kids ident is the 2000 Dash Transformation one. Again, first appearance, debut appearance. Alright, put that right there. Here's the next one, 2003 DVD for Arthur's Best Friends. Again, this is also released on VHS in 2003. And it's got DW's Dear Friend, Arthur's Faraway Friend, and Buster's Back. Okay. And here goes the disc design for Arthur's Best Friends. And I got this back in the summer of 2016, and this was the first Arthur DVD from Sony Wonder that I've gotten. And I actually got, and a little fun fact, I used to rent this at my local library back when my family and I were stationed down in Georgia somewhere. Yeah. Anyways, for Arthur's Best Friends, it's got, after the funding screen, it's got the same order of sponsors: Chuck E. Cheese's, Libby's Juicy Juice, and Post Office Cereal. Of course, same season 7 through 8 funding from seasons 1 through 4 reruns in the yellow background, and the same PBS Kids ident, 2000 Dash Transformation, of course. Alright. And, alright. Next up, we have a 2003 DVD re-release for Arthur's Baby that was originally released on VHS in 97. Okay. Sorry guys, I got distracted again. Excuse me. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes. It's got Arthur's Baby and DW's Baby both recycled from the VHS, and the additional episode Arthur Babysits. Of course, and as you can see, it's got the characters right here. There goes the disc. And fun fact about this DVD is that it actually uses two fundings. It's got the season 1 funding well, the original season 1 funding, in the kitchen blue tiled floor background. And after the, right before it goes to the Kidio promo, and then the funding screen, and then it's got the same order of sponsors: Chuck E. Cheese's, Libby's Juicy Juice, and Post Alphabet Cereal. Then the season 7 through 8 funding from seasons 1 to 4 reruns in the Velveeta cheesy yellow background, and of course, the PBS Kids ident. Once again, it's the 2000 Dash Transformation one. All right. Next up, 2003 DVD re-release of Arthur Writes a Story, also released on VHS. And of course, just like on Arthur's Baby, this was originally released on VHS in '97. It's got Arthur Writes a Story and Locked in the Library from the VHS, and I've read it myself, the additional episode. There's the characters again. And here goes the disc design. And this one also uses 2 fundings. And this one also has the season 1 funding from the VHS. Before the Kidio promo and the funding screen, the same order of sponsors: Chuck E. Cheese's, Libby's Juicy Juice, and Post Alphabet Cereal. Then the same season 7 through 8 funding in the yellow background from seasons 1 to 4 reruns, and the Dash Transformation ident from 2000. Okay. Put that right there. Alright, here's the next one. 2003 DVD for Arthur Cracks the Case, also released on VHS in 2003. And it's got the W Snow Mystery, Arthur's Mystery Envelope, and Finders Keepers. It's so hard to pop open with one hand. Anyways, here goes the disc design for Arthur Cracks the Case. And now for this DVD, after the funding screen, it has the same order of sponsors. The sponsors are actually in the order as shown on the back cover. It's got Libby's Juicy Juice first, then Post Alphabet Cereal, and then Chuck E. Cheese's. And then it's got the season 7 through 8 funding from seasons 1 through 4 reruns in the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background this time. And then the PBS Kids ident is the 2000 Dot Transformation one. Put that right there. Here's the next one, 2003 DVD re-release of Arthur's Teacher Trouble. Yes, it is a re-release from the 1997-ish VHS release, or whenever it came out. Yeah, I think it's 97. Anyways, let me know in the comment section, when did Arthur's Teacher Trouble come out on VHS? Yes. Okay. It's got Arthur's Teacher Trouble and Arthur's Spelling Trouble from the VHS, and then Arthur Plays the Blues with Justin Bradley in it. And it's the additional episode. As you see, there's the characters. And here goes the disc design. And don't mind the that little number written on it. And just like on Arthur's Tasty Treats, Arthur's Best Friends, Arthur's Baby, and Arthur Writes a Story, after the funding screen, it's got the same order of sponsors: Chuck E. Cheese's, Libby's Juicy Juice, and Post Alphabet Cereal. The funding from season 7 through 8 from seasons 1 to 4 reruns in the Velveeta cheesy yellow background, and the PBS Kids ident is the 2000 Dash Transformation one. Alright, so now for the only two 2004 releases that I have. Here's the first one, 2004 DVD for Arthur's Pet Follies. Also came out on VHS in 2004. got Francine and the Feline, Hide and Snake, and So Long Spanky. And here goes the disc. And if you take a look at the back, this is one of the first releases to have the Teddy Grahams branding on the back cover. But the actual sponsors go in order like this. Yeah, it goes Libby's Juicy Juice, Post Stop a Bit Cereal, even though the Teddy Grahams logo was displayed on the back cover as sponsorship. And then Chuck E. Cheese's, then yes, the same order as Arthur Cracks the Case, and it also has the season 7 through 8 funding from seasons 1 through 4 reruns in the purple background, and then the PBS Kids ident is Dot Transformation, of course. Put that right there. And we're down to the last one in the Arthur bunch, and that is Arthur Parents Are from Pluto. Also came out on VHS in 2004. It's got Kids Are From Earth, Parents Are From Pluto, My Dad the Garbage Man, and Mom and Dad Have a Great Big Fight. And yes, Post Alphabets is sponsored right. They did get the sponsor right for this one. And here goes the disc design for Parents Are From Pluto. And for this DVD, after the funding screen, the sponsors go Post Alphabet Cereal, Chuck E. Cheese's, then Libby's Juicy Juice, and then the season 6 funding in the Concord Grape Jelly purple checkerboard background. And the PBS Kids ident, of course, is the 2000 Dash Transformation one. Alright. Alright, well guys, that is it for the Arthur bunch. And yeah guys, we've covered all 10 of these Arthur DVDs from Sony Wonder except for Growing Up with Arthur and Arthur's Missing Pal, because those two were released by different companies, Our Time Family Entertainment and Lionsgate respectively. And I forgot to mention, one thing I forgot to tell you is that if these two were to have authoring logos, both this one and this one, both of these would use the 2001 Digital Video Compression Center logo where it's animated. The rest of these, including Arthur's Tasty Treats, Arthur's Best Friends, Arthur's Baby, Arthur Writes a Story, Arthur Cracks the Case, Arthur's Teacher Trouble, Arthur's Pat Follies, and Arthur Parents Are From Pluto. Yeah, all 8 of these, with the exception of these, they would use the fully animated 2002 Deluxe Digital Studios Globe logo. Yeah, the first two, these two that I have here, they would use the 2001 Digital Video Compression Center logo, while the rest of these would use the fully animated 2002 Deluxe Digital Studios Globe logo. Yeah. Anyways, that is it for the Arthur bunch, and now we will move on to that pile of assorted films that I've been collecting. Alright, so I'm gonna take a break and then we'll check out all of the movies that I got. Be right back.